Red and black.
Orange and blue.
Dogs.
Gators.
Georgia.
Florida.
Two teams that famously don't agree on anything, not even the number of times they've played.
It's dividing our newsroom. Even our producers are getting into it.
The Vegas odd makers don't have this one as close. The Bulldogs favored by a record at 22.5 points. But in this rivalry, just because you're the favorite doesn't mean you'll win. Remember, fourth and dumb, how about run, Lindsey, run? 85-02.
We're live at the bank where in 36 hours, these two teams will face off once again. It's Florida
and Georgia right now on GMJ.
Welcome in. So you saw it briefly there, our producers Matt and Cameron going head to head. One's a huge Florida fan, the other is for the Bulldogs. That's pretty much what our city is like right now. We're a city divided.
Yep, it's fine
we'll
though.
Get it together.
It's what makes it beautiful, right? It's just a beautiful thing that happens here each and every year. Georgia-Florida football game, approaching 90 years of it all. And one of the best parts of living in town is this incredible game coming here each year. Let's talk about what we can expect as we go through our day today. It's not just about what's happening on Saturday. We have got a Hall of Fame induction happening today at noon. You've got 4 legends who will be going into the Hall of Fame. They made a big impact on this game through the years. Today it'll be Champ Bailey, Trey Burton, Andre Caldwell, and legend John Little, all going to be honored as well.
Then later tonight, Georgia and Florida's baseball teams will face off right over at 121 Financial Ballpark. The first pitch is set for 6:30 tonight. There's also going to be a fireworks show after the game, and we always love to enjoy that.
Pretty cool seeing our city in the national spotlight as well. So tune over to SEC Network on Saturday. From 10 to noon, you'll be able to watch Tim Tebow, Roman Upper, Jordan Rogers, and Paul Feinbaum, who I'm sure is up right now having his cream of wheat, studying the city of Jacksonville, getting ready. SEC Nation will be at Lot P. You can go join that as well live if you want to.
Let's take a quick look at what we can expect today, what we have in store for you on JMJ. Now, in just a few minutes, we're going to send things over to Renata Gregorio. She is live in RV City. She's been talking to the best decorated fans from Florida and Georgia over inside the RV-only zone. Always a fun time in there.
But as we mentioned a moment ago, 90 years, just about incredible tradition here been played right in Jacksonville. But a bit of a news element to this. How much longer will this game be right here in Jacksonville? It is. We're coming up on a contract year, so we're going to sit down with Gator Bowl president as well as former Georgia athletic director Greg McGarity, familiar with this process, an inside look at how these types of things go between the schools, between the city, and how it should hopefully work out for the best.
All right, so it's about 70 degrees right now, but the wind is picking up here right outside of TIAA Bank Field. It is feeling a bit chilly today. Luckily, no rain, but we do have to take a look ahead to see what's in store for the weekend. Everyone wants to know what will the weather look like for the big game. We're going to check in now with meteorologist Amelia Henderson, who is in studio for us this morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone. 6:34 here on our Friday, and we are seeing a few isolated showers still contained towards our south, stretching from I-95 all the way to I-75. So it is coming from offshore, and it's because of these winds that's really impacting us, bringing it closer towards the land here. All right, let's take a look at Futurecast. So just a few cells popping off, again, mainly coming from the Atlantic here. It's not going to last very long. By later on this evening, we'll be seeing clear conditions. I will still see the cloud cover, but at least we won't have the precipitation going on here. All right, heading towards Saturday, we all want to know what's going on for the game day. All right, so our forecast overall, again, we do have a few isolated showers in the forecast, but it is going to be south of Duval. So we are anticipating the game to be dry overall. Again, we are expecting some clouds to be hanging around the area and a little bit on the cooler side, only into the mid 70s. But as of right now, game day forecast looking good.
Getting you guys out the door. Quick look here towards I-10. If you are traveling from US 301 towards downtown, looks pretty good. About 15 minutes there. Oh, looks like we lost our traffic camera, but we were looking at the Dames Point Bridge, and I promise it is there, and things are moving along the Dames Point Bridge. The only crash we have been following is 95 southbound here at Heckscher. So on the ramp there to Heckscher, look out for a crash, but I'm not seeing any big delays on 95 because of it. Your downtown bridges here are moving up to speed, so that is great news as well. I-95 towards the downtown area, about a 12-minute drive. Buckman Bridge there also looking very nice. For those of you traveling on I-10, we looked at the drive times not long ago, but I wanted to show you the traffic map too, because we're not seeing the major congestion just yet, but it is still early. Around 6:45 is usually when we start to see that congestion build in, so if you get out the door now, you still have some time. Election Day is now just 11 days away, and for those of you voting by mail, you may be wondering, was your ballot delivered? So Leah Shields verifying how to make sure your ballot is counted in time.
Your mail-in ballot is a very important piece of mail. It's signed and it's sealed, and yes, you can actually tell when it's been delivered.
Can you check if your vote-by-mail ballot was counted? Yes, let's verify. My sources are the Supervisor of Elections from Duval County, Mike Hogan, and from St. Johns County, Vicki Oakes.
We give them a ballot track information. We're only telling them when we sent it, when we received it, and that it's counted.
The tracking process is similar to an Amazon package. Each county has an elections website. Each website will have their own way of doing it, but overall, this is the process. At DuvalElections.com, click on My Voter Status. Type in your full name and date of birth. Scroll down. It says the ballot was counted, and you can see there are 4 steps in the process: requesting the ballot, sending the ballot, receiving the ballot back in the office, and seeing that your vote is counted.
It's part of our system that allows voters to see, so they don't just have to wonder about it.
You should allow at least 1 week for your ballot to reach the Supervisor of Elections office, and it must be there by 7 p.m. on Election Day. If it's too late to send, you can vote in person. Just bring your ballot with you to discard there. It'll make the process a lot easier. With your Verify, I'm Leah Shields.
Time right now is 6:37. Let's hit the fast lane here and get you up to speed on some of the top stories that we are following this morning. St. Johns County residents who missed the October 23rd pre-registration for DSNAP benefits have another chance to apply. Officials are reopening registration starting today through Sunday. They will have in-person interviews at the Florida Department of Children and Families in Elkton. The hours are from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and DCF encourages people to register online before coming to the interviews. Early voting begins in Clay County today. All 7 early voting sites will be open from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. daily until the 5th. For more information about when and where you can vote, just head over to our website, firstcoastnews.com. It did come down to the wire, but after years of construction in the area around TIAA Bank Field, it is looking like everything is complete along Gator Bowl Boulevard, just in time for the packed Georgia-Florida game this weekend. Thousands upon thousands of people are going to be in that area, so if you are planning to come down, please get here early. Officials suggest nearly 5 hours early. So let's send things back over to Keith and Nelson, Lewis Turner. They've been out at the bank. Have you guys been seeing anybody rolling around from RV City yet?
Rolling around is a great way to put it. Stumbling, mumbling, and fumbling. No, we haven't seen that yet, but it can't be that much longer.
Hopefully so.
Getting frothy, getting ready to go. Exactly.
But that froth is helping to keep them warm. It's kind of chilly out here, folks. There's a heads up about that.
Great point. Might be frothy on the river, too, with the northeast winds we've got. RV City, folks are packed. Folks are ready and raring to go. One of the great traditions. And, in fact, folks go around actually judging team spirit competition on some of these RVs. My personal favorite thing, we always see the video of it. There is a family who has a bulldog, but they're Gator fans. So they put the bulldog in a Florida Gator jersey. And it's hilarious. It's just a funny little, it messes with my mind, but it is adorable.
It is. I like to see when the Gators actually chewing the bulldogs. You've seen that before as well, right?
That's
Gators,
just too mean. It's just mean spirit.
Good stuff. All right, we want to check in now with On Your Side's Renata Gregorio. She is live with a quick look at all of the excitement, the fanfare that's going on right now ahead of the game. Hey, Renata.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, definitely competition across the street where you guys are at the field, but also over here because there are 2 spots you can see right now in the dark. We've got blow up, lit up Gators, a blow up, lit up, well, it's a pumpkin with Bulldogs outfit as well. So there's just all kinds of decorations over here, and the people get really into it. Let's take a look.
My name is Joe Clark, and this is our setup.
You can never have too many blow-up gators, but probably the most legit fan thing at the past Spirit Contest winner Joe Clark's RV is his Gators Bulldog chance. He's not a Georgia Bulldog, he's an
Gator Bulldog.
Do you guys get Bulldogs then because then they can be Gator Bulldogs and not?
Yeah.
Oh, so this is all because of football.
Yeah, it's all good for football. He's Ohio
All
State.
the family football fans are out here, and they've got the right idea.
Just fun, enjoyment.
Last year's Spirit Contest winners for the Bulldogs are the Henrys.
Henry. We're both named Henry.
Oh, cool.
I'm the third.
I'm the fourth.
My dad is Junior.
My
He's
dad
Junior.
is Henry too.
Henry Hinojosa Jr.
Everything football's about.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I've never been here, and I've heard about it, so I get to actually feel what it feels on game day and everything. So I'm ready.
Me and my dad, this is a family tradition.
And this is our newest addition too. Her first year was last year.
I'm excited. I can't wait to hear the stadium. We're right here under the bridge and everybody. It's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get crazy.
And the cookout smell is back. I don't know, it was gone and it was here at 5 a.m. Not sure who's cooking right now, but it really gets you in the zone for this weekend, and these guys are definitely excited. Stay with us. We'll be following all of it here on First Coast News. Reporting live, I'm Renata DiGregorio, First Coast News, on your side.
She showed me the bulldog.
You got it. You got what you needed.
Isn't that something? It's just funny, right? Coming up next, we're joined by a man who knows both sides of this Georgia-Florida rivalry. Gator Bowl Sports president, as well as the former Georgia athletic director himself, Greg McGarity, going to be with us. We've got a lot to talk about. The future of this game, but also this year's Georgia-Florida.
Folks, you're watching Good Morning Jacksonville live right outside of TIAA Bank Field. This is ahead of tomorrow's big game, the Georgia Bulldogs versus the Florida Gators. We'll see you right back here in just about 2 minutes.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. We're talking Georgia-Florida. Almost 90 solid years of this game right here in Jacksonville. Greg McGarity with us, Gator Bowl president, first and foremost, former University of Georgia athletics director. So let's go right in the question. I think this becomes kind of the news story with this event is the future of this game in this city. The contract will be up next year. We've heard Kirby Smart, head coach of Georgia Bulldogs, be out front saying, I want this as a home and home. What's your take on that?
Well, you can't argue Kirby's logic. I mean, as a head football coach, he'd love to play a home game. It means a lot to him recruiting. So we all get that. But when you're in the chair of the athletic director, you have to look at the whole program in its entirety. 20 other sports really depend on football to be successful. And the financial advantages of playing here outweigh a home-and-home game.
Can you paint that picture? I mean, when you're as the athletic director and you're negotiating those things, I mean, how much are we talking for these schools? What does it benefit to play here?
All your sports. I mean, if you had a void in your budget of maybe $3 million a year, you know, you're not going to reduce your expenses for football. You're going to basically have to take that into other areas. And when you're trying to fund 20 sports that don't generate the revenue necessary to support their own program, it's essential that you have some revenue streams there. So it's important, but also the tradition. It's one of the few traditions that's left. You have Army, Navy, you've got Texas, Oklahoma, and that's it. Yeah. So, you know, in 2033, we'll have 100 years here, hopefully.
Wow, hopefully. We're going to hold on to that hope. Now, Greg, I hear that accent. It's deep. Athens, Georgia. We all hear it. Now, I am not a fan of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Here we go.
By marriage, I am a Gator, okay? If I say anything else, I'll be disowned. Right. But I want to talk about this. I do have to talk about how well your team is doing. Let's talk about that. You have got to be incredibly proud of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Well, Kirby's taken the program to another level, and he's built a level of a foundation, basically a deep roster. A lot of young men that really are excited to play football, and he's done a great job, and his staff has done a great job, and our donors have done a great job providing the resources to expand facilities. So he's been remarkable, and I'm just happy he's having this level of success.
One of the things about this game is it is really cool. If you've never been in person and you watch it on TV, when they do the aerials, you can clearly see it's a well-defined 50-50 delineation drawn right down the line. I don't think it matters. I've seen Georgia's had the down years where Florida just ran them. You know, the Spurrier years. Think about that with old Ray Goff. You know, at the 10-year Spurrier just beat the snot out of them. But they still fill that thing up. And that's also testament to how big of a tradition this is. So from the Florida Gator perspective, you know, and those fans that are coming, you know, it's still going to be a great time and a chance to knock off the #1 team in the country.
Well, we all know what can happen in a rivalry game. The old saying, you can throw the records out the window. You really can, because Florida's a talented team. I mean, they've had some struggles this year, but you just never know. You see it every week in college athletics. If you don't play your best and you don't bring your best game to the field every time, sure, there's a chance of upsets. But it's 18 to 21-year-old young men playing a game, and you know, you're depending on them to be at their best, and you know, it's a long haul during the season. So both teams are coming off an off weekend, so they should be fresh and ready to go. So I think you'll see a great game tomorrow.
Sure.
All I heard was Florida is a talented team. You guys heard that too, right? You know, you have ties to both teams. Let's be real about things. Your son actually went to both schools. Do you ever waver at all? I know you're a Bulldogs fan, but you ever come to our side?
Well, I was fortunate to be at UF for 18 years and work with Jeremy Foley and come across remarkable people like Steve Spurrier, who was the greatest. And Lou, you mentioned his record here. Walked out of this stadium with a lot of wins with Steve.
Yeah.
So I was able to just benefit from being around some wonderful people and still have a lot of friends there at UF. But really, I know more people at Georgia now, more relevant. But certainly have remarkable time and just very fortunate to be at UF.
Well, Greg, we appreciate your time. You know, it's going to be a great weekend, and we know we're going to be pushing up on 90 years, and we'll think about the future when it's time to think about it. In the meantime, we're going to have a great game with one team with national championship aspirations and another trying to maybe shatter those dreams just a bit. Greg, thank you so much. Let's get a check of our forecast now. Amelia Henderson in-house right now. We've got that nor'easter. It is tightening up right now. You've even seen a few drops of rain. How are we looking?
Hey guys, good morning. Yes, we are looking very windy. You can actually hear it in the microphones. You can see their papers blowing around out there. But we're going to start things off with our dog walking forecast. Today we are featuring Marcelly, like parsley. That's courtesy of Linda there. Now we are expecting a whole lot of clouds hanging around the area. Those small dogs might be blowing around a little bit because these winds are going to be a big factor, blowing in those offshore showers, mainly south for today, and they will be clearing by the afternoon. The clouds won't be clearing. Those will be hanging around both today and tomorrow. Let's talk about tomorrow. It's a big day for those Florida Gators and the Bulldogs as well, coming to town to face off against each other. Let's take a look at our game day forecast here. So Georgia-Florida game starts at 3:30 here. Showers are possible, but very unlikely. It is just going to be very cloudy, and the winds will be on the gusty side, anywhere from 15 to 20 miles per hour. So it's going to be breezy, so make sure you are dressing accordingly as those temperatures fall into the low 70s as we continue throughout the game. Now let's talk about Sunday here. Warming up will be back into the 80s, and we will see a few isolated showers, again, mainly contained towards our south. But if you are planning for Halloween, for those trick-or-treaters on Monday, looking to be dry, and again, temperatures back into the 80s and falling into the 60s and 50s for the trick-or-treaters.
Good morning. We're in the UF Health Traffic Center. Your time is 6:52, getting you guys out the door. So if you are headed to the game on Saturday, exciting time, but a lot of people are going to be downtown. So the gates to TIAA Bank Field open at 1:30. Kickoff is at 3:30. Now the lots around the stadium will open up at 8 a.m., but these are all pre-sold lots. So you need to already have your ticket for those lots. You can't just drive downtown and buy a ticket to get into the lot. So have those already pre-bought. You want to aim to get there about 5 hours early. There's a lot of traffic, there's a lot of people, so shoot to be there around 10:30, and use the bridge closest to where you want to park. That minimizes your time trying to drive through congestion downtown. Now, when you do park, you're probably going to be walking around, which means there's going to be a lot of pedestrians. So please look out for pedestrians in the area. JTA Game Day Express is running. You can buy your tickets through the MyJTA app. And as always, please do not drink and drive. We're going to be right back with more.
We hope you guys are having an awesome Friday. We certainly are here on Good Morning Jacksonville. Again, we are live on the road right outside of TIAA Bank Field ahead of the big game this weekend. I know a lot of you are very excited for this, so are we. It's one of the great traditions here of Jacksonville. We're going to have a great weekend, and we've had a great week. Katie Jeffrey's always showing us the highlights from the week that was across our First Coast.
I feel like I'm living my destiny. And the idea of sharing aviation with other people is really important to me.
I love the blues. Everybody should come out.
it. 900 people participated, raising nearly $1 million.
Our end goal is to find a cure and end MS forever.
It makes me feel like I'm doing something that I love and that I actually have a passion for.
Drones, learning about it. I wish I had something like that when I was in school.
Yeah, would have been cool.
Absolutely.
Well, actually, back in your day,
we didn't
that wasn't a
even,
thing.
I mean, barely had electricity.
More than 50 RVs got here Tuesday morning, and check out all this space. They've got a lot of room for more.
All right, go Gators.
Oh, no! A little history made at Edward Waters University as the school introduces its new and first female athletic director.
Being the 50th anniversary of Title IX, it just brings the whole moment full circle. And to be able to show that we can do that, we can be in this seat, is critical, critically important.
When I put down my phone, I was a little shocked, but I'm really blessed to have had the community to reach out to First Coast News and nominate me.
I could never say enough good things about my teachers here at Wildlight Elementary School, and I think they really set Wildlight apart.
Listen first. Listen to what's being said before you respond. 80% of the times, the individual who came with a concern, they just wanted someone to listen to what they had to say.